Okay, thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Greg Lewis. I'm the marketing manager for MetaStock, and you're joining me in our satellite studio down here in South Texas, McAllen, Texas, to be precise. I won't be more precise than that because, Anyway, today's presentation will be by our very own Ed Stemplevich. He's going to be talking about the brand new MetaStock 19. I know we've been doing a lot of webinars about MetaStock 19, but we're just so dang excited about it, and we know you are going to be too. Am I forgetting anything? No. So Edward has been with us for many years. I can't say exactly. I probably should know more because I think I was going to introduce Edward when I came the time. Anyway, he's been with us for a while. He's a great sales guy, and he's a great person, and he's a great presenter, and I know that you're going to enjoy him. What else is on my list? Okay, you probably know we are MetaStock. We are purveyors of trading software and data for active, self-directed traders just like yourself. We have been around for a long, long time, and if you haven't heard of us, I'm going to go ahead and do a video here in just a second, but before I do that, if you're interested in attending a live and in-person seminar where we talk about MetaStock and how to use it to improve your trades and what's new in MetaStock 19, we are going to be coming to select US and Canada cities over the next few weeks. We've already been to a few. I went to Vancouver a few weeks ago, had a great time, met some great people there. I went to San Francisco, had a great time, met some great people there. This weekend, I know that our Kelly Clement, who's our president, will be going to Boston and New York. And I forgot to put the thing up, so I can't tell you for sure. Actually, let me see if I can do this really quick, and then I can show everybody what the heck I'm talking about. Give me one moment, please, while I change this over to the right landing page. Okay. Just one moment, please. By the way, we will be starting the main presentation here in 6 minutes and 20 seconds, so don't think it's all just going to be me talking the whole time. Although that wouldn't be so horrible, would it? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Here is the seminar schedule this weekend. Now, I can't see this very well because it's kind of small. Wait a second. Looks like coming to Boston, New York. It looks like Bobby Hiller is coming to Calgary and Edmonton, and I think Dave Derricott is coming to Detroit and Philadelphia. So if you are in any of those cities, this is a great time to meet and greet other traders of a like mind in your area, as well as a chance to meet a MetaStock professional and expert, I guess you could even say, and just talk about MetaStock and things trading. And it's absolutely free, and everyone that goes really enjoys it. That's the feedback I get. So metastock.com/seminar. I've already pinned that link at the top of this. Make sure it's there. Yep, I've already pinned this to the top of this chat here in YouTube. So just go to metastock.com/seminar. Also, if you're watching this recording of this is currently live, but if you're watching the recording and you want to see a live version of this webinar, we are doing more. If you want to go to metastock.com/webinars, you will see that list of upcoming webinars for MetaStock 19, as well as a variety of other things. Okay, now I think is a good time for me to play the video. For those of you who haven't heard of the MetaStock, here you go.
Hi there, Greg Lewis, MetaStock Software. As the marketing director, I get asked all the time, what is MetaStock? How can I help my trades? Well, stick around for about 3 minutes and I'll tell you. MetaStock is an award-winning software and data package that has been helping traders for over 35 years. Simply put, MetaStock is a tool for traders like you to analyze the markets. MetaStock helps you take the guesswork out of trading by offering a methodical, systematic approach to some key questions all traders come up against. Questions like, how do I decide which securities to trade when there are literally thousands to choose from? Which strategy should I use, and how do I test that strategy before spending my first trading dollar? When should I enter and exit a trade? How can I effectively manage the securities I'm interested in? And of course, how do I know where prices will go next? At the core of MetaStock are the Power Tools. The Power Tools give professional-grade analysis tools to private traders like you and me. You can scan the market with the MetaStock Explorer to filter and sort securities that show buy and sell signals based on your criteria. The MetaStock System Tester lets you test most strategies through a process called backtesting, which allows you to see how your strategy would have performed over time. You can easily manage and monitor the securities you are interested in with Quote Center. Quote Center lets you sort on a variety of criteria to view the data that's important to you. Then just double-click on a security if you want to see its chart. With the MetaStock Forecaster, you can even take advantage of patented technology to view probable future prices. If you're an options trader, you're going to love MetaStock's Option Scope. Option Scope puts all the critical info at your fingertips, displaying sortable, customizable, color-coded options data, including the Greeks. And MetaStock has solutions for traders of all levels and interests. If you're just getting into trading, you will appreciate the education offered by our many built-in systems. In addition to pointing out buy and sell signals, MetaStock explains how they work in an easy-to-follow commentary window. MetaStock has built-in systems based on popular strategies like MACD, Bollinger Bands, turtle trading, candlesticks, and many more. MetaStock even has the very popular and exclusive Rahul Mohindar oscillator system, or simply known as the RMO. And as you become a more experienced trader, MetaStock grows with you. Advanced analysts will enjoy the comprehensive list of trading systems and indicators, and the ability to build their own systems. And if you're a day trader, you can't do better than Zenith, the real-time news, data, and analysis package offered by Refinitiv, a world leader in market data. Add on the world-class support, and it's not hard to see why MetaStock has won the Stocks and Commodities Reader's Choice Award for 26 consecutive years. To find out more about MetaStock and how it can help your trading, visit metastock.com or contact a product professional via phone, email, or chat.
All right. Thanks so much for watching that video. You know, as I watched that, I believe that was MetaStock 17 I was using when I was making that video during those Corona times in my basement. It's quite different from the current version, just in the look and feel and also some of the features. So that's precisely what Edward's going to be telling you about today. Hey, go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe. We do this about once a week, multiple events, and make sure you hit that bell. Anyway, here in about 40 seconds, we're going to be starting, so I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to some jazzy music while I make sure Edward is good to go. Thanks so much for joining us. Hello, Mr. Stemplevich. How are you today? Oh,
I'm doing good. How are you?
good. Okay, really quick, I'll introduce Mr. Stemplevich, and then who's we casually call Edward generally, and then he can be on his merry way and start the presentation. Edward's been with the company. How long have you been with the company, actually?
Now over 7 years.
I cannot believe that's true. That's impossible. I remember when you were just a wee lad, first day on the job, making things happen already. Seriously, Edward has been with the company for 7 years. He's been in sales all that time. He continues to be one of our top sales guys because he's just a great guy and he knows what he's talking about and people like him. He does the presentations like this quite a bit. I know you're going to enjoy it. And is there anything else? Oh, he likes dogs and camping. And that's about all I can think of. If I'm honest,
Absolutely.
I haven't spoken directly to Edward in probably a year now, but anyway, it does great things. I know you're going to enjoy the presentation. And Edward, I'm going to let you have at it.
Okay, awesome. Let's get started then. Thank you for that, Greg. So yeah, welcome to everybody. Thank you for taking the time with me today. I'm going to basically show everything that's kind of new in MetaStock 19. There is a lot to go over. There's a lot to unpack here. So we'll just kind of roll through. If you have questions, I'm going to try to get to them, but there's so many slides to go through. I'm just going to kind of keep going in a good timely manner. First, we'll start with this disclaimer. This demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and accompanying software plugins and is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using the specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock and its employees shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of their software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. MetaStock and its employees do not endorse the purchase of any security, nor is it paid for the promotion of any security. No information contained in the presentation should be construed as investment advice or a solicitation to buy any security. Always have to go through that because this is just a demonstration. So here's my contact information. If you have any questions about anything I present, if you're interested in upgrading, if you're on an older version of MetaStock and you do want to move forward with the upgrade, contact me. I'd be happy to help. It does help me as well, of course, as we do work on credit, but I'd be happy to answer any questions, even if you just have questions about anything. Whatever, contact me, save these details. So MetaStock 19, ever since I've started, this is by far the absolute biggest upgrade I have seen. MetaStock 19 is really kind of changing the game for MetaStock, and I'm pretty sure for those of you that haven't seen it yet, I think you're going to realize what I mean. It's definitely my favorite version so far. What we've done in MetaStock 19, as you can see here in the slides, is we've basically redesigned the interface of the program, the software. Redesigning it basically made it to where the whole flow of the software got less clunky, more organized, more clear, easier to use, and it just feels better. Plus, we've added a lot of other things as well. We've improved charting workflows, layout workflows. I think layouts are something that's kind of like a hidden gem in previous versions. I was actually talking with a client. We were talking about how important layouts can actually be. They can be used to kind of show you a whole bunch of information that you care about really quickly. And we'll kind of go over that. I'll set a layout for you and just kind of show you how easy it is to set those up now, because it was tedious before, but now it got a lot better. We also support a new theme on the whole interface of the program. Dark and light theme, we'll go through that. The whole look and the feel of the new container. And then we've added a new charting style, charting styles. There's been new drawing tools implemented and kind of updated as well. And then new trading systems, of course. We all love new trading systems. So the first thing is that with the theme support, you now have the option to choose a dark theme or a bright or white theme, whichever one you prefer. My preference is dark theme. I think it just looks a lot better in my opinion. But the light theme with the new redesign also looks great. And then let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to kind of go over the tab charts, the new functionality with like how charts work and the layouts and stuff. We'll go through how you can tab the charts, different things you can do with charts, how you can pin charts, drop to access the charts, basically to easily locate different charts. Floating charts, a big thing about MetaStock 19 is with the new interface design and all this tab charting and stuff, we actually now support multiple monitors. So if you're someone that uses multiple monitors, you're absolutely going to love 19, because I did. I love being able to put my charts and my workflows, my layouts all on different monitors. And then it just makes it feel better and easier. So we'll go through all that. Let's just get started. I'm going to jump into the software here. This right here, you can see that I'm in a dark theme. It is pretty easy to change your theme up here at the top. There's now a new theme selection. You can click MetaStock Light and MetaStock Dark. I'm not going to change it to light because that means we will have to restart the software. but we'll just keep it on dark here. So as you can see really quick though, the entire interface does look updated and different. We've redesigned logos. We've put toolbars and added things, I guess you could say, the drawing tools over here on the right side. Immediately a better look. So let's go ahead and start with kind of dealing with the charts, the actual charting part that was updated, the tab charts. That's my favorite part. I'm going to open up the Power Console and let's do, I'm just going to open up a few charts. Let's see. We'll do the SPY, and then we'll do the DIA. And a lot of this stuff is, things have also been updated in the Power Console, which we'll kind of get through. Especially searching for things, they've been updated a bit. Also, the overall look, you can tell it goes to dark theme as well. Just looks better, and we'll kind of get more into details of those as we go through the PowerPoint. But we'll start with just opening up charts. Now, one thing you'll quickly notice when I opened up a bunch of charts is it's already in tabbed mode. A lot of you might recognize or remember that it typically would cascade, kind of like this. I just changed it to cascade. So that's probably what you're seeing. If you're on an older version of MetaStock, there's actually a whole new tab up here that allows you to tab the charts. And it makes it much cleaner. It's a lot like your web browser. When you're using your browser and you open up a bunch of tabs, it's clean to be able to go through them like that in a tabbed mode. You can also pin, if you can have up to 100 charts open, if there's anything specific as you're going through, let's say, results of a scan, sometimes you might have 50 charts, 50 potential opportunities that you can look for. So you'll open them all up and they'll open up in tab mode like this. And you'll start kind of from the back. There's a little pin button in case you see an opportunity that you want to come back to really easily. You can just click the pin, and what it's going to do is it's going to bring that tab to the front and it's going to pin it, so for ease of use. And then you can go back to back to where you were, basically the next stock over, and keep going through charts. You can exit out of them really quick if you don't want them to be a part of your tab charts anymore, and then you can always add more by opening the Power Console. And when we close the SPY, and we just reopen it, and then the SPY will come back up there in the tab. Now, a lot like your browser, when you click and drag one of the tabs out, it'll actually pull the chart away from the initial tabbing. And this is the moment where you can pull it onto a whole nother monitor. So that's where we support the multi-monitor use right there. Or if you want to go back a tab, you drag it right back up to the top there. So it just makes the whole overall charting experience easier, better, more intuitive, in my opinion. It was pretty easy for me to pick all that up. The change wasn't that big, but I think the change was absolutely necessary. Just want to make sure I kind of went through everything with the charting workflows there. I did show you the how we can pull the charts out of the container. I'll go over the other horizontal and vertical groups. And then we have the different, instead of tab charting, so we have all the other ones that you guys are already familiar with, where you can place the charts in columns, or it can be horizontal or vertical. Then there's also a resortment for resorting things vertical or horizontally. And if you have multiple charts, you can see it better, but it tiles them in alphabetical order, whether from left to right or up to down kind of thing, and then left to right, based on which of these two selections you decide to go for. Those are new as well. So that's basically the whole new charting workflow. I think it feels so much better. And then also there are new icons that you can see in this little PowerPoint right here. These little icons, they do mean different things. I don't remember what they mean, all the different kinds, but when you open like a layout chart versus a smart chart, they all have different logos. So once you get used to those, they just have their own logo that you can quickly understand, or to determine what kind of chart you're looking at. So go back to tab charting here, and let's go back to our PowerPoint. And sorry, I'm going to be jumping back and forth a lot because MetaStock 19 is so big. This is honestly what is guiding me to show you what's everything that's new. And it's going to kind of keep things in line here. Okay, the one last thing I didn't show about the new charts is not only can you tab, not only can we pull the tabs out, put them on different monitors, but we can, if we pull a chart out, we actually have the ability to tell the chart where to go and be placed. You can see this little like crosshair looking thing, or like it pops up, and there's different areas you can drag over, and it'll show you right where you're going to put the chart. So I grabbed one of the charts out of the tabs here, and I'm going to place it over here on this left side. What's going to happen is it's going to be completely separate of this tab chart, organizes it really fast, and I still have my tabs over here. I can move it right back over if I want, or I can grab the other one and I can drag it away, and I'd actually apply it to one of the new screens that I created. So you can keep customizing where you want your charts to be, and things will, organize how you'd like. And then we can also put them back into tabs. So really easy to use, absolutely awesome. For those that are longtime MetaStock users, I'm sure you're going to love this. It just feels a lot better. So let's go back. That's that. Let's see here. Okay. The next thing is layouts. This is the hidden gem that I think everybody should start using, especially now. We have created a layout environment that lets everybody just really easily pick layouts, create layouts if you want to do the work. The way I like to look at them is like they are their own workspaces to quickly get information that is important to you. For an example, let's say you want to create a workspace where you have 3 or 4 different ETFs or indexes, all the charts side by side. This is one example. Instead of going and creating that every time, you can create that once, save it as a layout, and every time you open that layout, it goes right back to where you left it off. So you can always quickly view all the market indexes, which might be important information, something that will help you decide on trading opportunities. To be able to do that really snappy and quick, overall better. It's going to help you with your decision making. It's going to make your workflow feel easier and quicker. And you can get even more in depth and create multiple layouts, multiple workspaces where there are also multiple time frames. You can have charts set up where you have an hourly chart, a daily chart, and then a weekly chart, all of the same symbol. And then you can save that as a layout. So it's kind of like your multiple time frame layout that you can change a symbol to and view things in multiple time frames really easily, much easier than before. So they can function as independent windows. They support the multi-monitor use, kind of like the charts did that I showed. There's a simple process of creating them. I'll go over that. It's kind of showing that process right here. You can see there's a drop-down arrow, and that shows you all the layouts that you have available, or the most recent ones at least. And then the plus sign is to create a new one, and I'll show you that here in a moment. We already talked about the multi-chart views that you can create and save, the multiple chart timeframes as well, and then how you can just, the navigation of them from layout to the main window is easy, and then quickly moving between the layouts. So let's go back to MetaStock. And what I'm going to, so really quick with the layouts, I actually have a layout open already, which is the indices layout. That's what I opened up at the beginning. I want to see if I have my main MetaStock. So it's its own window of MetaStock. You can see up here it says main. This is your actual main interface of MetaStock. When you open a layout, it'll tell you the title of the one you open. So whatever name you assign to it when you save it, that's what it's going to be called, which I did the indices layout. I will close this one. Let's see. Yeah, so if you click X, it closes. It'll ask if you want to save it. I'll just say no. And then we're back here in the regular window where you can open up your own charts. It's all separate. Or we can go back to a layout, which if we click this arrow, we can see the indices layout that I had before. I'll click it and it'll just kind of open up where I left off with all the indices that I'd selected. I don't even know if I selected. I think I selected like Apple and then SPY. Oh no, it's okay. Here we go. So this is the indices layout. I didn't save it. I was changing things in it, but when I closed it, I clicked no to saving it. So it went back to its original actual save that it had previous, which is those 3 ETFs there for the market. So whatever you do to these, though, you can change it however you'd like. I could apply the dark theme here. That's also a new thing as well, is because we have the dark theme support on the interface and the bright one or light one, there's also MetaStock dark and MetaStock light. So if you want it to match your theme, you can change that. And I'll do that right now just to show you. Yeah, so whatever you do with the layout, whenever you save it or close it, it'll save. If I click yes and then reopen it, we'll go right back to kind of where it left off. Much easier to use. It's it's really easy. That's all I can say. Got better. There we go. It all loaded kind of back where it was. So there's that. Now let's create a new layout. I'm going to close this one, and we won't save the changes anymore. I just saved the changes. How do we make one? It's as easy as clicking this little plus figure up here. Click it. And what's going to happen is we're going to open a new instance. You can see it says layout 2 right at the top here. I'm going to make it, extend it, make it a big window. But yeah, at the top here, it says layout 2. That's how you can distinguish which chart, if you're on one monitor, which layout you're looking at. You know, you can always look at there at the top right, and it'll tell you where you're at. So now with this, let's go ahead and kind of do, I guess, a multi-time frame layout just to show really quick. And I'll just do Apple. L.O. Okay. And I am going to do, let's do just like a clean template. And I'm doing things here that you wouldn't be able to do in older versions, like finding the clean template really quick. I'll go over that throughout the presentation, but you can now type to find layouts really quickly. And that was just a presentation of that. It's so much better. So anyways, I'm going to open that up, and we are going to put that, sure, monthly works. So let's do that. I'm going to open it up again. PL.O. This time we'll do daily, open chart, and it should tab. We're kind of over here on the tabbed selection. So much better. Now let's do AAPL.O. And we will do, oh, I think I forgot weekly. So we'll do weekly right there. Okay. And now instead of having it tabbed, because like I said, these can be used to just kind of get all the information you want really quickly for a multi-time frame, right? Just the click of a button kind of. So let's go ahead and let's change it to this. You know what? They did not open in the time frames I wanted. At least I just opened the 3 charts. We'll change one to, let's actually put that one back to daily. This one onto weekly. Oh, that was monthly. There we go, weekly. And then this one on monthly. So now we have Apple opened up in 3 different instances, all in different time frames. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to close it. We just go ahead and close it. And then we click, yes, we want to save. And then what's going to happen is when we save it, this window is going to pop up. We're saving it as a layout. Always make sure it's on layout, which it is, so perfect. And I'm going to call this multi-time. Oh, I guess just multi-time is fine because I think you can change the symbol and it'll change on all of them. So we'll save it like that, multi-time. Click save. And then we're back to the main menu. Click this little down arrow. We can see multi-time right here. And it should open up what we saved, right? So that's how you can quickly, you put a little bit of work in, create the workspaces you want that for information you want to see, whether that be on different sectors that you might follow, different indexes that you want to see. You might have the same all daily charts open and put different expert advisors on 3 different charts, 4 different charts, 5, whatever it is. And then you save it to kind of the around whatever you want it for, right? So if I wanted all candle profit system templates on the different chart or all different expert advisors on different charts. I can save it to all those, and then name it to something that will refer to that for when you easy opening, basically, to identify those easily. But those are the layouts. That's how much better it got. I think if layouts are something that you don't really get into and you're using 19, it's something you should absolutely get comfortable using. So let's see if I got everything that is here. We went over how it's easy to create them, how it's easy to save the layouts, how you can see. That's one thing I should explain is this drop-down window right here. You can see all your saved layouts over here, and then at the top, there's like a little line that separates them. That's the most recently opened or used. So if I change it to indices layout, I think it'll open that layout, and then it should change, or it should apply the indices layout to the top there. Yeah, see, because it was recently opened. So we've recently opened multi-time and indices layout. So ease of use, just making it easy for you to pick the ones that you recently use. If you have a lot and you typically only look at a few. So I showed how you can save, multi-chart views, multiple time frame views, easy navigation of the main window and layout window. You can see where it says main, and then the title of what we saved it as, and then the quick selection between choosing different layouts there. So let's move on to the next. The one good thing is, and I'm not going to show this, but if you close MetaStock, wherever you close it, it will restore its workspace as soon as you open it. I'm going to take a drink of water really quick, but while we watch this little animation. Yeah, so in the animation, it shows closing MetaStock down and then opening it right to where it left off. So, and if you have multiple monitors, it does that for if you have layouts on different monitors, charts, whatever it is, wherever you close it, it'll open up where it left off. Oh, sorry about that. I guess I was muted there. I didn't unmute myself, or I never muted myself, and then I did mute myself after. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Well, I think we were going through. Oh, okay. So yeah, we were just showing the workspace. Okay, perfect. So easier indicator searching. A lot of you that use MetaStock, right? You already know that we have a lot of indicators available, and there's a huge list. It can be a little overwhelming, and sometimes finding the indicator you're looking for can be a pain in the neck. You have to. It was organized in different ways. Like we had 2 different alphabetical lists inside it, where now you can actually start typing to quickly move to the indicator you would like, and it will show the results for both starting with and with contains, but it's also all alphabetical. There is not 2 separate alphabetical lists. So makes it a lot easier to find your indicators. I'll quickly go and show you right now. We have MetaStock right here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to tab this. And then up here, the indicator quick list, it's in the same spot as before. We click down. We can see it's actually in full alphabetical order now, which is great. Let's just look for a volume indicator. Volume. And then it'll search everything that has volume in it. So you can quickly go right to the indicator that's important to you, select it, and then we could apply it, which we already have it applied, but the volume applied anyways. But yeah, so just a lot easier use when searching for indicators, much better. Okay. Next, I'm not going to show this one inside MetaStock, but for those of you that do any sort of coding inside the software, if you create your own formula languages or whatever, now you will actually notice that the new indicator editor, you can see when you're building your formulas that it'll number the lines and stuff, which makes it much easier. It'll let you know a lot easier where errors are in your formula. And then it's also kind of color coded as well. So if you're into building formulas and stuff, this will, you'll probably really like that. I know hearing around me, those that do create indicators and stuff have expressed how much better this is. So yeah, I know you'd really like that. Toolbar changes. So inside MetaStock, these little toolbars here, you have the ability to make them small or big. In case you need to make them bigger, easier to see, you can do that. There's customizations up in options. You can choose large icons in the toolbar or the default size, and they'll change accordingly. You can also turn tooltips off as well or on. And then we've also created new icons all around. We've just completely updated them. They look better, more modern, easier to understand even. And the toolbar changes will persist across like all layouts as well. So that was good. Expert advisor search, just kind of like I showed you the indicator quick list, how you can type in what you're looking for. Same thing with expert advisor. You don't have to go through that whole list and search for it and select it, right? Just type it in if you already know what you want. Makes it much easier workflow there. Expert commentary. This one is actually a big deal, I think. I think a lot of people are going to love this. I use this all the time. But overall, what we've done is we've completely redesigned the whole like commentary window where it's easier to move it around. Some of you may remember or are currently going through this, but when you open up the commentary and you want to dock it to somewhere on, left or right side, it docks up or down, and it's just really clunky. Well, with all the new changes, the expert commentary also got a big change as far as docking it. So I'm actually going to show you, but what we're going to go through is, of course, floating window, docking it, resizing it, easy to use guidance for location docking with drag. Yeah, I'll show that. We're not going to just read off that. Let me actually go here. Okay, I got to pull up an expert advisor. We did see that we can type in anything. So let's pull up, I guess just Candlesticks, which is right in front of my face, but I just want to show you that I can type it because it's pretty cool. Anyways, so we'll add that, close it, and then we will right click on the chart, go to expert advisor, and we will click commentary. Now it opens up in its own window. It's so much easier to use now. When you move it around, you actually got to decide where you want to dock it based on what I've showed you before. You can go over here, dock it this way, you can dock it. Yeah, some of them are doubling the instance there, but it's so much better to dock it. Let me dock it right here on this side, boom. And now that's just how much easier it is to dock it. So it doesn't ever go where you're not wanting it to go. It'll drop right where you want it to. That got better. But not only can you choose like a side for it to be permanently on, I think my favorite part of this whole new interface with docking the commentary is there's a little sliver here. Right there, you can see it kind of highlights it orange. That's my favorite spot. What happens is when you dock it there, it creates this little tab charting, right? We got the whole tab theme going. It creates a tab where if you hover over it, it opens up the commentary, you can go away and it pulls it away. And I think that is so much cleaner and it just feels a lot less clunky again. It's just better. So if you click anywhere on the chart, you can still see the arrow just like before, and then the commentary will automatically adjust to that arrow. You can also move the arrows here. It's just the same. It works the exact same in the other ones, but you can also see the new redesign of the buttons and the theme. It just also got an improvement on looks as well. So again, we are clicked on it. So moving off of it, it isn't doing anything. It's keeping it there. You can see it's highlighted orange. Clicking off of it onto the chart will put it away. And again, yeah. So that's how easy it is to work with the commentary now. And I believe that's pretty much, yeah, the fly out mode, or you can have it auto hide or fly out when you hover over it. You can have, yeah, the commentary will work on all the layout windows. So you're not going to be limited to the use of the commentary. And then next we have data window enhancements. This is a lot like the commentary, a lot of the enhancements where it's a lot more responsive and reliable when you dock it, like the commentary was. You could do, it's just everything exactly the same as the commentary. Let me go back there. I think the data window is right here. Yeah. So it looks better now too, like compared to the old data window. But all the different colors and stuff. I think it looks a lot better. We can go again, grab it, drag it over there to that little sliver, and we have both windows docked, where if you hover over it, it'll open up, and then you can use the data window, move your mouse, get all the data you care to look at for that. Click into the chart, it'll go away, and then I can look at the commentary. So pretty cool how you can do both of them. You can also pull that back out just by dragging and pulling it out. And then maybe I want it over here, not next to the expert or the commentary. Boom. So now I have the commentary over here and I have the data window over here. So good customization there. Whatever we prefer, we can kind of do. We can handle it like that. Again, click off, it goes away. Awesome enhancement to the whole interface. The background color of the data window will match the theme, the chart theme, and then you can use them per layout as well, a lot like the commentary. This I won't really go into, but we did enhancements on the quote center and the option scope. As you can see in this little animation here, we have made it to where the quote center's options has that fly out menu. So it's just cleaner when you put it away and overall better, right? And then we've also improved the gainers and losers bar as well. And then the option scoped, we improved like the theming, using the container theme. And there's a whole new container for the option scope, plus new accordion fly out controls as well. So those got improvements. So we also worked on those. Okay, now we'll kind of get to the power console. So we're out of the charting stuff. We might jump back into it, but we're back to the power console right now to kind of go over some of the big differences in the power console. It might not be too huge of differences, such as like tab charting or how easy it is to make a layout. But I think these are very important because it's a part of just redesigning the interface and updating everything. We've improved visuals for readability there. We've created new arrows, which I'll go through. The search function is brought to focus, and I'll show you what we mean by that. Cursors will default to the open instrument box, and then we'll use a theme of the container. So dark or light, it just kind of goes across everything. And then typing to apply a template. And I actually showed you that, but we'll go to the power console right now. So we open the power console, and this power console is the same as main or a layout power console. However, this power console, if I open a chart, it does know that I'm opening the power console for the indices layout. So whatever I do in this power console will focus on the indices layout as a whole, not the main screen that we've had to. So let's go to the charts, and quickly, as you can see, these arrows got an improvement. They were like little diamonds, I think, before, and now with these arrows, it just looks better. It's easier to see, especially in my opinion here. Clicking things, like it just kind of contrasts to the theme, so it looks easy. Things will be grayed out when they're not selectable. So as you can see over here is all these things that are kind of lightly grayed out. Just basically means you can't use it. You can't select anything from there because you're on a different selection. Like right now we're on default, so I can't put in the records of the requested range of a chart. If I click over here though, that'll brighten up, letting me know that I can put something in there and put, same with like dates and stuff like that for where I open the chart at. Same thing goes to templates and the expert advisor. When I click attach expert advisor, that'll brighten up while the templates dim down. And I already showed you, we can type in whatever we would like to quickly get to the template instead of scrolling through. Look at this huge list. Imagine just always trying to scroll through this. There's a lot. So instead I can say Paragon. Bam. There's my Paragon template right there. Do you have any saved? It just also, you can search for anything that's just a saved template, any of your templates as well. So there's that. And then, yeah, we've kind of made everything easy to identify as well, the themes and those arrows. And then when you go to a new screen, one of the things is automatically you can start typing a symbol. So if I go to chart, from quote center to chart, I can start typing a new symbol. Oh, I think I had already selected off of it before. It's saved to what I'd selected. So when you open it for the first time, when you go to things, it'll start at instruments, so you can just immediately type symbols you want. We've also improved the symbol search location on a lot of things in the software. This is more visible. So when you search for symbols in here, of course, it's going to search for things down here and kind of get straight to it. It's like APL.O. It will adjust this list to find that symbol, which is in all these different lists, so you can pick the right one accordingly. Anyway, so yeah, symbol search things got easier and better placed as well to not be like hidden. We've also got custom toolbars, but we've improved them quite a bit. So the interface of them got easier. If you have a lot of templates or you have specific templates you like to look at, you can customize this whole toolbar thing. And I'll go show you right now. We're already in a chart. So it's this toolbar over here. I think add or remove buttons. Yeah, so you click on the little arrow down here. And these are shortcuts to different templates or different things that you save it as. So we'll make a new one and I'll just show you really quick. You click the arrow and then we click, I believe, customize. Oh, I think I went to, oh, I see. We're customizing the overall toolbar. But there are more things in here as well. And as you can see, all the dialog boxes, they also go with the theme. Let me try custom bar. Well, this is something I probably should have done beforehand, but I think I am just not seeing it. Custom bar. Try this again. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but anyways, and this is a good point to say this. We do have training for all of this. If you do upgrade to MetaStock 19, it'll teach you how to do all this. But you can basically select a template that you'd like to save and then pick your little icon you want to save it as. And once you do that, the icon will pop up here and you can quickly go to the toolbar that you would like after you save it. View window, when we have multiple charts open, there's a shortcut. It's Control and Tab, and that'll give us a little window where we can view all the charts that are open to quickly jump to things. Because if you might have 25 charts open, if you click Control Tab or you click View, and then I think it's let's see, Windows. New window, no. View open windows right here. See, so I have 3. Anyways, it'll show you all the things you have open, all the charts you have open, and it allows you to quickly move between them. See, it shows us the different panels we have open, and then all the different stock symbols and stuff. And you can use arrows to shift through them, and then click on whichever one you want to go to. And it just takes you right there. So very easy workflow if you are somebody that just has a lot of charts open quite often. And then other improved features, these would be some other ones. And I think I kind of I showed a lot of this too, I believe. Let's see, the most recently used. Oh no, I didn't show this all. But these are new other features inside and different options where, yeah, you can see most recently used charts and layouts, the down arrow on file menu, different things to make the user, the function much just easier to use. Custom list editor. We've improved it to allow easier pasting into the custom list dialog and easier to read icons for easier. So all those arrows that I showed in the Power Console, that's what that's referring to. Same with the public list editor. Things, I think, we're just going to open up the public list editor. I've been very busy helping a lot of clients out, so I haven't had the chance to dig into everything as much as I'd like to, because really I'm helping a lot of people upgrade. So there, a lot of these buttons and things were updated, and that's what it's talking about: the custom list editor, and then also the public list, and then the custom list editor. Let's see. Yeah, so there's just like new logos to delete things, better functionality in the editing stuff right there. And then the two new chart themes, I already mentioned those, the MetaStock Dark and MetaStock Light theme. Those are now available in case you want to match the overall theme. Ooh, this one's fun. This is a volume by price indicator that we added. I think this is a super cool indicator. For those of you that use MetaStock or that have looked at our add-ons, you might remember a Volt add-on. It was volume by price. Well, we've actually added an indicator that makes it just easy for everyone to use, and it's really customizable. I'm going to go and we're going to apply that to a chart because it looks really good in MetaStock too. So it's an indicator, so it'll be under volume. So let's type volume. I think I already, volume by price right there. Click it, click and drag over the price. Now, what we're going to get with the volume by price when we apply it to a chart is, of course, we're going to get parameters. Volume by price has different levels. I guess I could have showed you inside the chart, but it has different levels, and each of these levels represent the volume within that price point from here to here, that price point. That's how much volume we've had. We've had this much good volume or up volume, and then that much down volume. The red is down volume, bearish or bullish volume. And this is some information on how you can actually use the indicator. It does show good like support and resistance levels. You can kind of use it as bell curve, I guess, kind of like market profile in a sense as well, where you can see where a lot of volume typically gets to, like a lot of the trading happens. So it works good for support and resistance levels. Yeah, here's some information that you can go through though on that, and I'll kind of go over the indicator. But yeah, the green is the positive, the red is the negative volume. And then it shows you the price points and how much volume is it within that price point. And what we'll do is you can do however many you'd like. I can do, the default is 12. I can do, let's say 25 on this chart. And there we go. So it's going to have 25 different points. We can zoom out and it'll kind of show us all the 25 different levels of volume throughout the entire history of the data that we have implemented on the chart. And you can see volume is really heavy up in these levels right here. You can see how much positive volume there is versus negative volume in this level, which you can come over here, and it was kind of like an area over here as well. We broke above that, and you can kind of see that volume is light over here. So yeah, just another way to look at volume by price. You could do all data or user defined data. So if you have a lot of data open in a chart with all the, like let's say 20 years of data, you can select it to look at for the volume by price to only look at the last 500 periods. But we did all the data on the chart. You could also change colors and styles. Of course, you can do whatever you'd like there. Let's move on. Oops. Very cool indicator though, I do like it. Range bars. So we added a new, did I go 1, 2? No, still volume by price. So with range bars, that's one of the new charting styles that we've added. Range bars are a lot different. It has nothing to do with time. It's all about the movement of a security. basically when you apply a range bar to a chart, each of these bars represent the same amount of range. That could be based on average to range, or it could be based on points. Let's say each one of these bars is right here in this example, it's 14 periods on the average true range. So when the security moves that amount, which would be 14 periods of the average true range, that bar will be painted there and the next bar will begin until it happens again. And it shows you whether it moved up or down in that period and where it left off. So here was the open. By the time it completed that full move of the average to range, it closed down. So it has nothing to do with time. One of these bars can last 25 days, or it can last, or you can get multiple bars in one day if you have such a big move that it's painting those bars, in many of them in one day. Here's some information. Oh, it looks like I thought this was a part of that's funny. That's a part of MetaStock right there. Here, let me delete that. Oh, just like that. There we go. I don't have to delete it, but maybe that one's fun. But yeah, so that was examples of the range bars. You have the average true range bars, or you can do a set range of actual points. Like each bar can represent a 15-point move. Every time it moves 15 points, it paints a new bar. And by the time the price move up or down, and yeah, so that's how the range bars work. If you want to look more into those, you can start using them in MetaStock. Global cursor. This is a huge ask. I've had so many people ask about the global cursor, so many clients over the years, which works awesome if you look at multiple time frames, if you want to compare certain stocks to each other that are around the same price point. This is a good tool to use, and let's go ahead and just use it. So we have multiple charts already. I'm going to sort them. I think that's horizontally, which either way works. But actually, I think I'm going to prefer vertical. So we click the crosshair, and as you can see, it's already set. But what it's doing is it's copying the crosshair on all the charts, but it's at the same price point. So that's why you can see it a little bit on some, because it is at the same price level on both of these charts, but it's not over there on the cues. I shouldn't be pointing because you guys probably can't see what I'm pointing at. But yeah, so if you're looking at things with multiple time frames, in fact, I had saved a quick, I'm going to not save the indices layout. We'll close that. I've saved a quick multi-time frame layout. Why don't we open that? And it'll be, this is awesome for like day trading as well. If you're looking at multiple time frames on one security and you're day trading, because you can easily see like support and resistance. So we have the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. Look at just how much like better you can make decisions. Like you can see like the daily bottom here was also a weekly bottom and a monthly bottom. But when you go into like intraday time frames, let's do that and go 10-minute and daily. That one bar, look how much I'm moving on the 10-minute chart and how little it's moving on the daily chart. That's because it's tied to the price, which price moves a lot less, of course, in intraday. But yeah, so you can see like how things moved, where support was or resistance was within that daily bar, or you can change it to 4-hour bars. And yeah, overall, the global cursor is a very nice feature, very nice enhancement to the software. I think a lot of people were asking for that, so I'm really glad we were able to put that in. Global cursor, this is just showing an example of what I showed you. Yeah, they're following the price point there. The watermark, we've added a watermark inside the chart. I think it's really nice if you want to know what chart you're always looking at, sometimes looking in the top corner, or if you have a preference to just know which one you're looking at, you can throw on the watermark there. Looks nice. Some other chart some other chart features that we've applied is learn as you plot. If you hold control and hit the back and forth arrow, you will, let's see, let's do this one. It just goes back 1 bar. So if you're practicing, trying to make decisions while you're using the software, you can hold control and hit next and kind of learn as you plot, basically. That's how they titled it. And you just go 1 bar at a time. I think in 18 with the new charting engine that we implemented then, it didn't go 1 bar at a time because of the, I guess, limitations we had, where now you can do that. Let's see. Yeah, we have better X and Y. Like, we have improvements on the X and Y axis. You can put the price on both sides of the chart. We've done updates to the odds probability cone. Yeah, all these things have changed. Just other little chart things as well. Text editor as well. We've improved dialog boxes for easier reviewing and chart editing. Drawing tools. So with the drawing tools, I should probably go back actually to see which ones we've added. We've added a few, but one of the big things that I think that I really liked in MetaStock 18 that wasn't available elsewhere is we added a drawing tool where you can see point A to point B in the trend line options. You can have it show you how many points the security moved from this point to this point, or percent change. Well, it was kind of cumbersome to get to that all the time and add that option whenever you drew a trend line. So we actually added it here on the side. There's measurement tools. You can see a percent symbol. This one is the percent. So it's just a shortcut to get to that really quick instead of always changing the option inside the settings. Same with points. That was the percent of change. You can do the same thing with points. That was the percent of change. And then also the points change, same thing. If you draw the line, it'll show how many points it moved. There's an example right there. The new drawing tools that we did add would be Elliott wave tools, and then also head and shoulders, and XABCD. Here's an example of the Elliott waves one. As you draw a line, as you draw the line and pivot, it'll add the ABC for you. Same thing goes with head and shoulders. I'll try to draw a head and shoulders here. Let's see. I've got to find it. Oh, right here. It's the little head and shoulders pattern. So as we draw, you can click point A, draw up. Well, we should probably not do that much. So there's the left shoulder. Here's the head. And then here's the right shoulder. So you can draw the pattern and then you can move it around. You see, and you can like look for things that kind of fit that pattern as well. So yeah, better drawing tools. We've also added the Elliott wave stuff. I will do ABC right here. Well, I guess 0 to A. Let's say B is right here to C. Oops. But yeah, so if you're into Elliott wave drawing stuff, you can now do that as well. We have updated the RMO exploration. So the RMO is probably one of our, I'd say, most popular systems inside MetaStock software. Over the years, I think we have kind of been updating it, especially because it was popular, and I think before version like 15 and lower, it was kind of cumbersome to use. I remember when I learned about it, seeing how good it was, it just felt kind of everywhere. But now, as the years progress and we keep updating the software, we're also always putting attention to the RMO, which I think is important because it's a very powerful system. We've improved the naming of the explorations. They're grouped up now. Yeah, we've improved all the naming of them basically. And then we've also added the exploration tooltips. There are new templates, and I'm not going to open up these up in MetaStock because the templates will show what's new. But we have the binary bull bull pulse, bear pulse, bull and bear pulse, and then the pro mode, and then model shaded. So this is the general RMO template. It looks a lot better now. You can see like it just looks cleaner. It looks newer. It looks better. The bull pulse is, I think it's like an easy way to look for bullish entries and opportunities. These indicators give you kind of like a pulse of like, this is the blue bar. When these bars change blue, you get a pulse up. Same with when the RMO is greater than 0, you get a pulse up, and that's when the ribbon kind of changes too. It's all right there. And then the blue arrow, you can see down here, there's a blue arrow in the red. That pulse because the blue arrow happened. It's much easier to quickly look at charts and just line them up really quick. From what I remember, you'd have to it took me a moment to look at things, although I didn't use it every day or anything, but I think this just quickly I can see like right away, like we're pulsing here too. So that got better. The bear pulse is the same thing, but it's bearish, and you can see this example right here. Everything lined up. We got the red arrow, we got the red bar, and then we got the RMOs below 0. And then bam. That's pretty much where you would typically enter a trade. As soon as it broke this low, I believe, you would go short. I think there's different rules you can use. I don't know exactly, but that's a nice trade. And it's just easy to see all that together. There's also this template, which I think it kind of combines a lot of those things together. So you can just look at everything together if you're trading both sides. And then there's the pro mode, which I don't know. I don't remember exactly what all these mean. So you'd have to watch the training to get a full idea of it. But those are the new RMO templates. They just look a lot better. There's new ones included for easier use when you're looking at charts. We've added the gap identification system. I'm not going to show these inside MetaStock. We are running out of time here. So I'm just going to go through these and then we'll go from there. But one of the 3 new systems we added was the gap identification system. You can scan for gap ups, gap downs. The commentary will explain what's happening, what kind of significance it has on the market or the security itself. I think it was a great idea for us to have this included because gaps are a big deal. I think a lot of traders understand that. So to be able to scan for gaps and identify them and see them on the charts it's definitely helpful. We've also added this awesome indicator. I'm actually a big fan of the expansion and contraction system. I think the indicator itself in this template provides really good in-depth trend analysis. The way the indicator works is the long-term trend. It's considered a long-term trend if you see the green color, and it's a short-term trend, bearish long-term trend if you see the red color. And then inside the indicator, there's actually a green and a red line. If you see the green line on top and the red line on bottom, that means we're in a short-term bullish swing trade or trend. If it's vice versa, where the red is on top, green is on bottom, it's a short-term bearish trend. What's pretty cool about it is if you combine them, so you have a short-term bullish trend triggering and you have a long-term bullish trend triggering, it sets up for a pretty good trade. And then while you're in a long-term trend and things are crossing, you can see when things go sideways, when things start to go bearish short-term, and it gives you a lot of information. There's a lot more to this indicator. We've actually created a whole new add-on based around the expansion and contraction that gives you a lot of really good information. So if you're a trend trader, I highly recommend you look into the full add-on because this indicator alone is extremely helpful. The add-on is much more helpful. You can do a lot of back testing. I've been playing around with it a lot, and it's one of the most impressive trend trading systems I've seen. But you do get the template. You can mess around with that. You can use it for your analysis. If you want it just for those short-term swings, you can use it for that. If you want to get deeper into it, I'd suggest looking in the full add-on. That can help you with further information if you'd like as well. We've also added an add-on we used to offer. It's the ETS 2.1. It was a $300 add-on. That's included into MetaStock now. It was very popular. People had continued to purchase the system up through until 19. but we decided to include it into 19. We think it's a great addition. It's a good trend trading system for long and short-term entries. You can see the signals. Things are adjustable. It gives you profit targets, stop losses. You can adjust the indicators as well and kind of personalize it to yourself. I'd definitely take a look at it and learn more about it. We will have training on that as well. Yeah, there's more to it. It's just kind of pointing out the different things of the trend watch system, and pointing out bearish and bullishness, and then also the moving average there. I'm just kind of going fast as it's been going on for like an hour now. But yeah, the signals, targets, stops, the whole trade tells you what to do. You don't have to think, just follow it if you find a good security that you like to follow. And if you're comfortable with it, listen to it and it could turn out well. Like this one trade right here, look at how much that profited. It's a good system. I'm fond of it. Does back testing, and the back testing does look pretty good as well. The third system we added is the Ichimoku Master. This one was also really popular, and I'm really surprised it got added into MetaStock because I think this is an overall just a well-known type of trading system. Ichimoku Master was $3.99. Now it's included into 19. It gives you a lot of trend information as well. It gives you that future cloud. I know we have the future cloud indicator available, but the system works kind of in conjunction with everything. The commentary with it is very detailed. This is the man who invented the trading system. Ichimoku Sanjin, I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. I don't know. But yeah, you get all these different Ichimoku, like they're kind of like moving averages. They all have different meanings, but the commentary goes through everything. So you get the entire system. Definitely one you should look at if you have 19. I haven't gone through it. We are short on time, so I'm just kind of going through it. But again, you also get the JBXC free template that I had showed you already. And this is kind of how it works. It just it's a 10-period SMA of the high paired up with the 8-period SMA of the low, which is called as the MAC channel. And Brian Latta, who helped develop this indicator, he's actually the one who developed it. He's paired up with Jake Bernstein, and they created the add-on. But they use also the Williams accumulation and distribution indicator as a part of it. And when you put everything together, it helps you kind of see trends and stuff like that. But then this is the expansion and contraction down here. Sorry, I'm flying through this, but this is the expansion and contraction down here, the red and the green. That's when you're trending bearish and bullish. And you can see right here, it's kind of pointing out how good the long-term trends that it captures. Right here, we got a long-term trend, but it did change and it went quickly to bearish. And it captured a really good run. It stayed red the entire time, even on these pullbacks. It just stayed long-term. So you can use it as simple as just following those bands. And you can see right here, bearish, and that pullback right there, it still kept you in, and it captured a good bullish run. Again, definitely one of the best trend trading systems I've seen and been able to play around with, so I recommend looking at that. You will get a lot more training on all this stuff. This was more to kind of just present what is new in MetaStock. I hope you guys enjoyed that, but really what we went through was all the improved charting workflows. I'm sure I even missed some stuff. The layout workflows, how you can kind of create your own layouts really easily, open them really easily to get all the information that's important for you. Multi-monitor use, all that. The theme support, the new container, updated, modern, better, overall way better. The new charting styles, new drawing tools, new trading system. This is a great software. I know like all the other versions that I've seen too, it was always just better to see new versions, like seeing MetaStock improve. This is definitely the one that I would recommend if you're still on an older version to jump to because of just how much better it got as far as workflow and ease of use. Even if you use the software for little things, looking at a chart here and there, you're still going to enjoy the new interface. You will get Unleash the Power of MetaStock. We will teach you about the new stuff. That'll be included in your upgrade for free. So that's basically everything. You can contact me if you have any questions about MetaStock 19. Again, here's my details. One thing that I didn't apply is the cost for the upgrade. If you want to reach out to me, I can go through the costs for you. Upgrading is generally from $199 to $399, depending on which version you're upgrading from and whether you're on DC or RT. If you are interested, you want to talk more, please contact me directly. It'll help me. I'll answer any of the questions you have. I'll make sure you get everything installed. We'll transfer you to our support team. All of your work will move over. There won't be any issues. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. That's the end of it. Contact me if you need anything. And until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day, night, or morning.
Hi, Kelly Clement here from MetaStock. Before you go, I have two quick things for you. One, thanks for joining us today. We love having you here at our webinars and viewing our videos. So what I'd like to invite you to do before you go is like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us a great deal and it helps us bring you more awesome content like today's video. The second thing is we have a great ebook on trading that you can get for free. If you go to metastock.com/YouTube book, you can get a free copy of The Secrets of Successful Traders. It's a great book with lots of content from traders just like yourself who can teach you some of the secrets that they have learned. Thanks for taking a second with me and learning about those two things. Thanks for joining us and keep on trading.